Cliven Bundy does not recognize the United States. He says that the United States is a foreign government. He doesn't pay his taxes. He doesn't pay his fees. He doesn't pay his taxes. He doesn't follow the law. He doesn't pay his fees.
That was Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid, who over the past 2 days has attacked Nevada rancher Cliven Bundy as a man who not only doesn't pay the grazing fees at issue in this case, but also doesn't pay his taxes. It's a claim that Mr. Bundy rejects and a new one in this dispute, and one that got us wondering, how does Mr. Reid know whether Cliven Bundy paid his taxes or not? Dinesh D'Souza is producer of the film 2016, Obama's America, and creator of the film America, and he's joining us now from the Bundy Ranch in Nevada. Dinesh, good to see you. And you know, we don't know how Mr. Reid knows that or why he is now so very focused on going after Mr. Bundy. Your thoughts?
Well, it's a very peculiar situation where you have a cattleman, a rancher, and he's being taken on directly by the senator, and in fact the Senate Majority Leader, who's commenting not only about him not paying taxes, but in some sense accusing his supporters, and I'm right among them here today, of being domestic terrorists. So the real question, I think, Megyn, I came here as a filmmaker to see what's going on. We basically see an American clash, almost like in the old Western movies, between the lone rancher on the one side and I would say the dubious or corrupt politician on the other. And the real question is, who's the real crook? Who's really fanning the flames and tensions? You know, terrorism is when you target innocent civilians, and when you call people domestic terrorists, you're almost implying that they should be targeted and killed. So this is very inflammatory and I think irresponsible rhetoric from Harry Reid, and the people here are very angry about it.
I understand that they have a little statement that they're making, particularly with respect to Mr. Reid. What is it?
Well, a whole bunch of people here have little name tags, and even the kids are wearing them, just saying, you know, domestic terrorist. And I think when you look at an all-American kid with a domestic terrorist sign, you begin to see the preposterousness of what is really going on here. So I think that this is not really about whether Mr. Bundy's paid his taxes or not. This is really about the rule of law and whether this administration is enforcing it even-handedly, or whether or not the Obama guys are enforcing the laws they want to enforce and choosing to enforce them against the citizens that they are against.
Do you see similarities, Dinesh, between this whole case and your own case? You know, you've been, I mentioned earlier, targeted by the feds. You're facing prosecution for campaign donations, which many legal analysts have said is a small potatoes type case. They're surprised the feds brought it.
Megyn, quite honestly, my case is going to trial in May, and I'm preparing for it. But and it's created in me a sense of vulnerability and, of course, a sensitivity to these kinds of issues of justice. But of course, I didn't have SWAT teams on me. I wasn't in the sights of snipers. So I feel that these guys here have been facing some real domestic terror from their own government, and that's a very scary idea in America.
Dinesh, thank you.
Thank you.
Breaking tonight, the captain and